Hey, welcome back. Today we are talking about The Garden of Words. Came out in 2013. Short little, let me see here, 46-minute movie, which again I saw it on a lot of recommendations, some top 10 lists that you have to watch, and I was disappointed. This one, it gets you at the end with the feels, which these things they really know how to do that. But the whole story leading up to it was pretty boring. If you have not seen it, it's basically about a boy who he wants to be a cobbler, a shoemaker. He's going to school one day, it's raining, he decides to stop in the park and he sits in this like gazebo, this covered area with this woman who's sitting there. Now the boy is 15, the woman is 27. And he sees her sitting there. You know, she's in like casual business attire, looks well put together, but she's drinking a beer and eating chocolate. And so, their first meeting, they're kind of quiet, kind of just observing each other. She leaves and she quotes these lines from like a poem or something. Well, that piques his interest, and he goes back again. Eventually, they develop this relationship, just talking to each other, nothing serious yet. But they're both kind of, uh, individualistic. Like people make fun of this kid for wanting to be a shoemaker. This woman, although she puts on a strong face and this outward appearance of being put together, no, she's got stuff going on too. So they slowly develop this interesting relationship, which at the end, of course, you get the big emotional moments where they're talking and spouting out their feelings for each other. But the whole movie up until then is just kind of meh. And so I don't know if you want to go spend your time with this. Like I said, it's only 45 minutes. If you want to watch it, if you're an anime fan, you want to watch it just to watch it. But if you're new to anime or you're just kind of a casual fan, you can skip this one because the story it doesn't really pay off at the end. And the only reason it got me at the end, really made me feel something, is just because I can relate a little bit to the characters. This girl, I know somebody who's kind of similar to her, and some of the things at the end when they're really going at each other and the things that he says and she says, that's what hit me. But if I separate my own personal experience from the movie itself, I got to say this movie is extremely bland. So if you have not seen it, stop here because I'm going to talk a little bit of spoilers, even though there's really not much to spoil. So if you haven't seen it, stop. If you want to hear what the rest I got to say, let's keep on going. Not going to be much longer because nothing really happens. They sit, they talk, they meet several times in this covered area while it's raining. That's the thing. Oh, whenever it rains, that's when they go there. It's not raining today. Oh no, I don't get to go see her. I don't get to see him. It's weird though because he's 15 and she's 27. And it turns out he's kind of made fun of, like I said, for being wanting to be the shoemaker. And she shows interest in this. He shows interest in her. And I only watched this once, and I didn't go back and pick out areas to really figure out the deeper stuff what was going on. But what happened with the teacher? She was picked on by people, and so that's why she was not going to school. She just stopped showing up. But then she goes back. And of course, when he finds out the people who bullied her, he goes in there and he takes the punches for her. And then then they go to her apartment, and she's like, "I'm gonna go back to my hometown." So yeah, thanks, nice to meet you, but that's it. And she's like, "Oh." I was not expecting when she ran out of the apartment. I wasn't expecting for him to just be standing on the stairs, and then I wasn't expecting him for him to be furious, angry. He starts yelling at her about all that stuff. And then of course it gets to her and she cries and it's like, oh, it just there was no real build up for me to that. Just a little bit with him getting in the fight with those kids and taking the punches for her. But other than that, it's like this big emotional outburst and then hugging and crying and then bloop, that's it. And you're like, ah. It was a pointless adventure, pointless little story. Yeah, if the buildup had been there, like Summer Ghost was a short one like this, right? 40 minutes. But I felt that one was building along and built up the emotion as you went. Whereas this one, it built it a little, and then bam, right at the end it hit you. And like I said, if I hadn't had personal experience, if I could not relate to both her and him in really getting at me, because with my personal relationship I've had with somebody, it wouldn't have meant anything. So I'm just going to leave it there. Let me know down below what you thought. I do see a lot of mixed reactions online. People saying, "Oh, this is peak. This is 10 out of 10. This is wonderful." It's like, come on now. There are things you can't say your name is 10 out of 10 and then say this one is 10 out of 10. No, no. That those two can't exist together. If you have a different opinion, let me know. Let me know down below. Like I said, the end got me. The end got me. But let me know the buildup was all their talking and the stuff they're going through. And I know people feel different emotions. But of course, when he's tracing her foot or getting the dimensions and all that, that shows the care he's putting in towards her, especially the foot. Maybe he has a foot fetish. I don't know. But like I said, very, very meh. And I'm just gonna leave it there. I'll let you decide. If you enjoyed it, great. If you didn't enjoy it, like I said, comment below. If you agree with me, great. If you don't agree with me, that's okay. Tell me something. Maybe I didn't connect some dots somewhere or something, but just let me know. Let me know what you thought. As always, recommendations, more movies, great shows. Let me know as I dive deeper into the world of anime. Please like and subscribe to the channel if you've not done so already, and I will see you next time.